Okay. 2, start dialing at 8 a.m. You've heard it countless times. Nick Al had a great training last week on the next level call. I'll get these new agents that call me like at noon, and I'm like, what's going on? How many appointments you got? Like, oh, I'm getting ready to start dialing. I'm like, it's noon. What are you doing? Like, and the whole thing about start dialing at 8 a.m. is not. It's for you to like if you want big, massive financial change in your life, you have to make immediate financial or immediate actionable change in your life, right? The casual life at which you have lived has gotten you the casual life that you have. If you want something massively different, you have to do massively different things. It's not involved. I get up at 5 a.m. You guys are kicking my butt. 4:30. I like it. 4:45, whatever it is. So get up earlier, right? There's so many more things that you can do if you get up earlier. Especially about the carriers. Like when I live in Arizona, so me calling the carriers at 2:01 doesn't work because they're all closed at 2. So no one gets that because
we call early because the line's
yes, you call early because the line's open, exactly. So start dialing early. So that's number 2. Number 3, when you're dialing, you're probably not using a confirmation code. And I'll tell you that is the number 1 thing that helps me solidify appointments is the confirmation code. Okay, Janet, perfect. 10:15 on Tuesday, excellent. Go ahead and grab a pen real quick. I need to give you a confirmation number. That's just, and what's that for? That's just so we can verify you as a person and make sure you get the wholesale price. It's actually a fancy way to tell them to get a pen because they're going to forget, right? Go get a confirmation, and my confirmation number is 9W47. I've said it 1,000 times in the last 2 months, right? So you have them go get a pen so you can give them their confirmation number. Okay, that will drastically decrease your no-shows. A couple of things I also add in is, hey, what color is the house? Any big dogs or gates I gotta jump over to get to the front door?
They really want that confirmation.
Oh,
when you tell them about it,
oh yeah, 100%. Big dogs or gates, jump over the front door, and then where are the numbers Daniel Byrne taught me? On the house or on the mailbox, right? Little tiny things, guys, how you solidify your appointments. The worst thing is booking an appointment, driving 45 minutes across town in traffic, and Dolores isn't there, right? You never want to rip out flowers in the front yard more than when Dolores isn't there. Okay? Number 4, pause more. Pause more when you're presenting. This is in your presentation. Pause more. Now, Dolores, do you understand that if we lost Harold yesterday, you would not be able to afford this house? Pause more. There's death in pausing. You make them hear it. You got to say it. You pause more when you're presenting. Different times, I'll go into it more, but I want you to think about that is, are you just running through something, or are you like feeling it into it? Because there's oftentimes an appointment where you can take an initial sit where it's not going that well, but if you really focus on your presentation and like push on while you're there, they come up the backside and they're like, I guess I really do need this, right? You feel it. So, number 4, pause more. Number 5, credibility sheet. I believe, Eric, you guys have a version of this? Grabbed it? Perfect. Credibility sheet. I use this in every home. The reason for it is, who's this guy that called him up yesterday and said they're coming over today? Right? I mean, as well-spoken and as, my hair, the reason my hair is so tall is because it makes my face look thinner. That's really the only reason. But I use a credibility sheet. The reason for it is because when I lay this down in front of them, they go, oh, I've heard of Mutual of Omaha, I've heard of Americo, I've heard of AIG. You're like, oh, AIG? Well, what do you know about AIG? Right? We start like, so those that sell life insurance gets that joke. So I lay down the credibility sheet in front of them, and it just immediately just decreases the stress, right? Your goal in selling is to increase credibility and reduce sales pressure. Increase credibility, reduce sales pressure. Increase credibility, being well-dressed, well-spoken, tucked-in shirt, bag. You don't have a floppy notepad with a bunch of crap hanging out of it, right? You're well presented. But reducing sales pressure, again, is showing them that you are a broker. So this sheet right here will help you. You get it from Eric. You can shoot me an email. I'll happily help you out there. I'm sure many of you have a version of it. So number 6, client profile. Client profile. They go, okay, perfect, the middle option. I pull out this sheet and start filling it out. And you know how easy it is to get a social security number from someone when you're filling it out into a form? It's not, Dolores, it's not me. I don't need the social security number. The sheet does. It's a form. Like I'm just the guy filling out the stuff, right? They have to give me this information, right? And as you guys sell more and more, you're gonna have less and less hesitation. But if you can equip yourself with these little tools, it's gonna put you in a position in your first 10 appointments when you usually get to the teeth, you might actually sell something. So do yourself a favor, get yourself a client profile and a credibility sheet. Number 7, do a full financial inventory. Full financial inventory. Linda's is great. There's many that are bouncing around. This is the one I use. But the reason why I say full is I got a guy who calls me up and he's like, I just sold one for $400 a month. I'm like, that's great. You're running final expense needs. What was their income? He's like, I didn't ask her. I'm like, well, where did she live? Nice trailer park. We met on the front porch. I was like, why'd you go to the front porch? There's a bunch of boxes inside. I'm like, okay, $400 a month. Okay, well, let's see if it sticks. Right? So, but the thing you guys need to do is like, you need to make sure you're asking them everything, right? Like client 72 wants $100,000 of whole life and makes $1,200 a month. Not an option, right? They're 72, they want $100,000 whole life, but they make $18,000 a month, and they're worried about losing when they stop working, right? There's different situations, so you need to be able to ask them all these questions. In addition to, agent calls me up and says, hey Grady, I got a client who's got diabetes. What do I sell them? I don't know. I don't know yet. How old are they? Do they smoke? Do they have metformin, glipizide? Do they take Lantus? I mean, they have gabapentin, right? I mean, what's going on? You got to tell me more information. So for you guys, do a full financial inventory. Get all the information you can, surgeries, meds, everything. Then call your manager at home. Great line from Mark Mead. I love you for teaching me this. He says, I will answer your call anytime unless I haven't won the client over yet. And when he said that, it clicked for me. And that's when you can answer the appointment when I'm doing the app. All these things. I answer the phone constantly, especially when I'm sitting with clients. I'm here to help my agents. That's my job, right? My killing it. This is a glass ceiling we live in, glass house we live in, right? It's a glass house we live in, so we're here to help each other. But the big thing I want you guys to understand is if you do a full financial inventory, there is nothing your manager can help you with. The biggest thing your manager can help you with is, well, they can't help you make you dial, but they can help you with everything if you fill out a full financial inventory. Number 8, greatest reason you have cancellation of policies is because you never called your client again. I've done it. You've done it. Don't act like you're innocent, right? You never call the client again. My persistency is up 37% over last year from 4 small implemented changes. One basically implemented changes. We call the client 3 times after we submit the policy. And you know who calls them? Not me. You know why? Because I really like selling. I really like recruiting and I really like training. I'm really good at those things. You know what I'm really not good at is calling back the clients 3 times because I just don't want to do it. Not that I don't want to do it, not that I don't care about them, but I can pay Jade, who's fantastic and much better and better on the phone than I am, $15 an hour, and she loves it. She calls them 3 times, calls them the absolute next day, that's step 1, tells them they've been submitted. Calls them 3 days later, tells them they've been approved, calls them a week later and finds out if they got the policy in the mail. 3 calls from my office to the client, and then a thank you card. You know what I do when I'm leaving the appointment? I tell them that's going to happen. Like at the beginning of the appointment, I say, now this is what's going to happen. I'm going to ask you some health questions. I'm going to ask you some money questions. And we're going to go over and show you some options, right? I tell them what's going to happen, then it happens. When I'm closing the appointment, I tell them what's going to happen. I say, Jade's going to call you tomorrow, let you know everything's been submitted. I tell them that she's going to let you know when you're approved, and then she's going to call you when the policy comes in the mail. And if it hasn't come in the mail, we're going to get it reordered for you, okay? And they're going to send you a picture of my kids, right? Thank you. I say all that stuff. You know what it does? Reduce sales pressure. I'm not just some dude who showed up off the street, getting their bank information, and asking for their social security number on a random sheet of paper. I'm a guy that actually cares. But you know what? How much I can care? I delegate the care. As your business grows, delegate the care. I have 3 assistants now. You know why? Because I want to be $1 million agency by the end of this year. You know what? I'm not going to do that. Calling my clients, let them know they've been approved. I love them, but I can't. But that my time is more valuable, just like yours. So invest. I'm wrapping up right now. 0.9, Eric. I appreciate you.
You started a little bit before that. But
all right, and it's the last thing. This is for all of you who are building a team. Anyone building a team out there, hiring someone? Raise your hand real high. Real high, real high, real high. You get extra points for reaching high. All right. This is the number 1 tip I'll give you for building a team. When your agents reach out to you and it's something stupid, which it mostly is in the beginning, don't respond immediately. Because if you respond immediately, hey, where do I get the recording of that next level call this morning? I hold it down, and then I push the little dot, and then I hit delete, because I don't ever see it, and then it goes back down below my text messages. My job is not to help Joel some agent asking me where to find the recording of the training call this morning. That's not my job. My job is to help Joel make more money. My job is to help Joel be better on the phone and help him in the home. So my tip to all of you who are building a team, don't answer immediately. And you know how I learned that? Because I used to ask Andrew a bunch of stupid questions, and he wouldn't respond. And then I'd go figure it out myself. And guess what? I became reliant on myself instead of Andrew. And that's what you need to train your agents to do. Become reliant on themselves and not you. Because if you answer every silly little thing they ask you, they're going to continue asking you every silly little thing. Hope that helped, guys. I love being in Texas. Eric, you're building something awesome here.
trust me, I would sit here the whole time and listen to the folks that are out there building. It's super